And good morning. Happy Thursday. Just getting everything set up. We're about there. I think that my mesh is going a long way, actually. I tell it to reboot. Is that going to be one of the elements, or is it going to be all of them? We'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything contained. All right, let's get to it. Anything interesting going on in here? No. Last time, it's still running. Nope, not that one. Let's try this one. Oh, there it is. That's right. We had left off doing some little closures inside of this. Actually, there weren't closures and I had to add them. I went ahead and did that. My mesh is just freaking out today. What is going on? All right, I am going to be right back. I gotta go unplug something. It'll take me a couple minutes to do this, so give me like 3 minutes or maybe 5. Hopefully not 5. I'll be back. All right, check and see how that did. That's not great. I unplugged one of the mesh points, plugged it in somewhere else. Over two of the bits of the networks, the mesh points, they're too far from each other. Yeah. That and yeah. And the device right next to me is probably doing like a Chrome update or something. I don't have the fastest internet, so streaming is a little bit tough for me. Pause that, usual suspects, and away we go. It should be better here in a couple minutes. Hey, good morning, A.T. Carter, Cat Peasant. How are you? Yeah, I run a mesh network here. It's Amplify, one of those things. It actually works really, really well, and you can control it remotely and sorts of stuff. So I can group like, kid devices, give it time ranges and stuff like that. So it works all right. Yeah, it also needed to be something that my wife could configure. Before I had a modified WRT54G running some, oh goodness, what is it now? Yeah, I flashed it with something else, and that was great. You could say, this person gets dial-up speed, this person gets that, but my wife couldn't do anything with it. So this current one is really, really nice. We just toss things into into little groups, and we can give them schedules where they're on and off. And it just has really easy little pause buttons that I can give to my wife, and she loves it. Really, really easy. So, yeah, I'm just scrolling around there for why. All right, so what's it saying? It's saying no method named Godot expect found for result in the current scope. Oh, because unit type, no, it would work. Is it because C node doesn't do display? Ubiquity is a semi-competitor, but not really your last place. Huh, not really. Oh, at your last place. Got it. Yeah, I don't even know what they do. Wasn't Ubiquity, they get bought, or did they buy the Amplify group? I forget which one it was. No, I think they bought the Amplify group. I don't think I had to have a Ubiquity account when I first started using Amplify. I say, yeah, because C node doesn't have an error associated with this. There's no display type on this. So if we go to spec Godot, S needs to support display, which it currently does not. Let's see, is Rust Analyzer going to be with us today? No, doesn't look like it. Speaking of which, we're gonna go to source, Rust Analyzer. I'm gonna give it a fetch first. I have yet to update to the latest one this week. We'll just check out the branch and have it do its thing and later restart Vim. Save a session, all that. There we go. Xtask install. Okay. That's going to take it a bit. Just keep an eye on it. What was that? What did it do there? All right. Oh, there we go. It's missing format. I agree. That's not giving us the goods here. All right. It knew that, but it wouldn't just give it to us. Oh, whatever. F dot, I think we can do right. Give it to F, and then we can give it whatever we want to describe. So this is C node. All right. Let's go and look and see. I don't remember the function signature for this. Formatter and error. Center format error. Okay. Unit. That seems good enough. Let's see. Should be good enough for this to fix this one, I'd expect. Because in this one we have a scene node that needs to be display. I think those two should have display on them. Actually, do they? Yeah, okay, that does. It has display. Great. Okay. Let's check on this. Still going. don't think I need to do anything with Node in here. It would be nice if there was a little bit more information that we could display about Node. Does it implement display? Wow, it's got a lot on it. Oh my goodness. My so for those that don't know, we have goats. Um and my wife just sent me a picture. Wonder if I can share this. How do I save image as, or can I just copy image? Sure, desktop, whatever. Here, well, we had some baby goats born yesterday. Kind of neat. You get a little used to it after a while, but it was still kind of neat. And well, let's see, where's so here we had hey, Super Fortnite guy, how's it going? Oh, Cap hasn't. Yes, they did buy Amplify. Okay, cool. Well, there's my dog and one of the new baby goats. The caption for this that my wife sent is, "There's one confused couple. The baby goat is trying to find the teats on my dog, and they're just not there." Yeah, that's a working dog. She does not. That's a spotted red healer with, I think she's 3/4 healer, which is like half dingo, and uh, about 25% Australian Shepherd. Great dog, great dog. Delivery people don't like her. Apparently, in this area, only only healers attack delivery people. All the big shepherds and all the the guard dogs, they don't attack delivery people. The healers, they're possessive. I notice if my kids are around, somebody's like new shows up. Oh goodness, takes a bit for her to home. So it still didn't do it. Why not? I mean, it must be in scope. All right, now it's saying that down in here, standard format display, which is required by extension Godot. Supported. Oh, is it this thing again? No. Can't be. It probably is, but I think I'm just thinking about it wrong. So in this case, T for Godot. What is T? T is a return type, and here, where's it on result? T is unit in this case, and unit doesn't support display. Why? Is it possible to implement this for unit? result unit. I think it is now, isn't it? What if we tried to do that? Impl E. You know what? It's because Godot expect wants something that's display. So in this case, we're going to implement Godot expect for result, even though it's a foreign type. Hopefully we can actually implement this because it should allow us to implement our thing on a foreign type. Yeah, this stir is probably not right. All right, we'll get there. In this case, we'll return unit. Yeah, I know about that. Problem is that this Godot expect, I'm trying to work around that. Either that or we change this out. What does unit type actually support? Does it support debug? Wait, why does it even have to be? Why is S display? So we pass in a function to this. The function returns something that is display. And T does not have to be display. So on result, get rid of this. I'll read this. GeoDev, how's it going? Oh, yeah, great. I'll go ahead and answer in chat so you can see it now. There are a number of game engines written in Rust. There's GGEZ. If you're doing something that's kind of like Love 2D-ish. There's Amethyst. I'm probably spelling that wrong. It's A-M-E-H-Y, Amethyst. That looks better. I've used Godot in the past. I like Godot. I like the license of Godot. I like the source of Godot. I can just open it up. It's right there. It's easy and available. And it's starting to say some of the things that I want in Rust and Godot is async support. And that is scheduled for, what is it, 0.9. So we'll see. Mostly because Godot has signals and kind of a yield. And using yield in the Godot engine is a really nice sort of pattern. All right, now in this case here, we have T, and T is going to be the unit type. T does not need to be display. F here, E needs to be display. Why is E not display? What is invoke? Oh, yeah. Oh, cheers. Yeah, that looks okay. Somehow I think it's, oops. Let me go to the next window. There we go. Doesn't seem to be picking this up. So node is not display. Is there anything inside of it that we could actually, hold on, or go check? No method name this, found on result of unit to that type, the current scene. Rate bounds were not satisfied. Arc mutex scene node. Apparently it's not implementing display. Required by this, yes. And we implemented display on scene node. We saw it on arc. And not on mutex? No, that can't be the case. Oh, it's not on mutex. Why isn't it on mutex if it's inner has it? Hey Carter, yeah, doing all right, doing all right. Feeling better. Actually feeling a lot better. How are you doing? Any good fall lately? Okay, so mutex is not display. It'd be nice if we could do that. Be really nice. Yeah, I ate much better yesterday. Trying to get on a better diet actually, because I've been snacking a lot, and it just throws my body into like. I think certain foods I've got like a slight. They irritate me, and I don't know what it is. It's like either like wheat or sugar or something. But yesterday, no sugar, no wheat. It is all right. The only thing I ate yesterday was really good chicken with rice and broth. So good. Trying to work out and lose some weight. Oh, nice. Day 4 of unemployment. Oh, trying to. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I hope things go all right for you. All right, so this mutex. All right, does it implement? It does implement debug. So let's switch that over to debug instead of display. Oh no, because we need display for what we're actually printing out. What about parking lot? Does parking lot has mutex? Does it implement display? Oh, that's a type definition. All right, I think it's on raw mutex then. See, these have debug default, but no display. Kind of bogus. And what are we supposed to do there? Just unwrap it? Let's just do debug. Oh, that seems silly. Hold on. I'm going in circles. Because it's the result of the function that needs to be display, not type. If the type needs to write or do something else with that, it's fine, but I don't think we can have E be display. So we could implement this once for where E is display and once for where it is debug. What if it's both? Oh, I don't know. If we do that, then here in this case, whatever the error is has to be debugged now. Mutex does have that, which should work. Ricardo, were you saying that you were tired of doing like web dev stuff? there a map? Mutex card? No, there isn't. So what are you thinking? Like change of industry or like change of like role? Going from like IC to manager or something like that? Yeah, gonna get into like farming or level up something else? Yeah, makes sense. So this gives us, I like these hints here. Option to borrowed arc. What are the functions on one cell? What's that? That's going to be an option. What if instead that gives us the option to that? No, that's already Azref. There's no map on Mutex guard, which is fine. What are we trying to do here? We're trying to provide the scene path. Okay. Okay, we can map the result. Oh, nice. Gonna fill in your lap, huh? Oh, I love it when that happens. I've ended up working with the same kind of group of people for a long time, say over multiple businesses. I mean, in some cases, our group was just cut. Remove flatten. Here, we need to do an unwrap. Okay, so here, option. Oh, beautiful. All right. Now borrow that is mutable, line 90. Oh, why not? Cool. Okay, that worked. Now, I want to go over this real quick. So we have a scene, the one cell, arc mutex, scene node. We get that, right? And it's going to say there's either something or nothing in that one cell. It's fine. We expect that it should already have something because somehow GoTo is being called. If GoTo is called, then the scene manager object should have already been in the scene, which means that it should be a current scene. We lock on that, we get a result back. We're going to map success piece of that here, which is the scene node inside the mutex guard. We have that, we get the type, a little bit of stuff on that. We're going to get a node back, and we're looking for where this is in the scene. And once we have the scene manager, we invoke GoToScene on it and pass the new path that we want to go to. It's fine. And this here is associated function is not a member function. So then GoToScene is up here, and this is on self. Yep, that looks good. All right, so we're going to go back over into net. That's unused. We were down here where when data came in, we'd have the channel. We get it, expect that some things were already set up, and then we'd send to it. Now in this case, why are we mapping? We're saying that if you can't send due to the channel being closed or dropped, then we return the data that you're trying to pass in as result as the error. Fine. Probably not going to happen. Okay. That's not really what we were trying to do here. That's just kind of a shim. Let's toss a fix me on there. Return error type should be more descriptive. All right, so here we have Tokyo. We're inside of a Tokyo runtime, spawn a thread, and we block on it. Now at this point, we're going to need to know what to do. Right now, we just have one data type. So when we receive a value here, which is currently being ignored, we print hello. We want that to actually do something. Now, goal is to connect to the game server. It would be over TCP. Interesting. Yesterday, Museum was streaming for a long time. It's fun to watch. I actually watched for a really, really, really long time until I fell asleep. And Museum was wrapping some of the Godot types in Rust, so we can have a reader on a socket. I've gone the opposite route in that I'm embedding Tokyo with some other stuff in Godot, and expecting that I'll be able to use these types on all the different platforms. We'll see. I don't know how much value there is in wrapping the Godot types directly for this. I think for what he's doing, it's really cool. For what Museum's doing. Okay, so we're going to do send. Let's bump this up. We need a different sort of type. I think data here, this type is going to change. Here we use data in a number of places. Don't think it should have been called data. You can rename it here. What should we name it? I think we're going to need a couple things. Connect, disconnect, send. Probably an enum with these variants. Maybe we'll call it message. There we go. That'll be enum message. Expected a comma. Oh, it should be like this. There we go. What was the error? From string not satisfied. Okay. Hey, Xanax. Xanax Media. Have I considered doing a game in straight OpenGL? No. I want to ship a game. And doing a game in straight OpenGL, to me, for the game that I want to make, I would end up, and this is just a personal behavior of mine, I'll just sit there building an engine. I don't want to build an engine. I want to build a game. So, and you see this all the time. People decide, hey, I want to build a game. They build an engine, and there's never a game that comes out of it. I've got a pretty clear idea of what I want my game to be. So having something that can already push to like 5 different platforms, iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, Linux, right? And maybe web eventually. So that's like 5.2. It's a trap. I want the kind of easy deployments. I like that there's a lot of testing already on this. There's a community around it. I don't want to be sitting there like debugging OpenGL issues for Android. And on this phone that was shipped in this part of the world with this chip, it doesn't work. Well, good luck with that. All right, so let's change this type. Where was it? Net. Just can't get rid of that. Let's be real. This is going to be a string for now. It's not as strong a string. There we go. Let's go back to net, go to the bottom here. And the type here, let's change this to message. Message or something I can go into message. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. That's man. Oh goodness, now you got me thinking about like Android stuff. Check this out. Godot engine. It's Godot engine. Uh, GitHub Godot engine. Go to Godot, and this is for like a small engine. Issues. Android. Right, massive visual bug, pink screen, with SSAO. What is that? SAO. And blur on Android. Okay. Like having to deal with all of these different things. Oh my goodness. Timing issues. Running a viewport larger than 2048 causes could not create frame buffer error on some devices. Yeah, I know. I want to build a game. I don't want to go through these bugs. Deal with those. Yeah, Love 2D is great. Love 2D is built on top of SDL, isn't it? I think Godot is full of bugs because lots of people are using Godot and finding bugs. If you didn't have, like, you have bugs. You'll always have bugs. And some of these things, not all phones or devices or device drivers are going to work for your game. And having that sort of middleman like Godot engine picking up some of that makes it so much easier. I think Love 2D just doesn't have the number of bugs because they don't have as many users, like people building games on it. Especially like publishing it to Android. The distributors will not, they'll modify things. Right, so in this case, I want to send that. Let's figure out what our data type is going to be. I think it should be something like, should our data be? I think we're probably gonna have two layers here. One, just kind of like the message, and then it gets converted into something else. So in this case, let's just do net message. Let's do disconnect because I'm going to change connect. Connect needs to have something that can go into the IP adder. Is that right? Wrong one. So we're going to want something that can do this. Oh, let's bring that in. There we go. connect will have that. Disconnect, it's just a signal saying go away. Send, this is going to be our actual data. While string I think is useful for now, just have something. We're probably going to use something like bytes. Okay, does this build? Well, let's check on Rust Analyzer. Ooh, it installed. Yeah, we're hmm. Which one do I have checked out? Looks like this one. Just doing some updates, trying to clean up little pieces. I haven't done like a unsafe Rust code, so going into that has been really interesting. There we go. Oh, net message. We're gonna make a session file. We're gonna quit everything. Reload that. Get our new Rust analyzer going. While that's loading, we're gonna go look over here. Oh, yes, and log in. Did it crash? Ambiguous associated type. Oh, net is there. Oh, it's in the same module, not. There we go. That's fine. Good. Give it a build. Fantastic. Okay. Let's work on connect. We'll get down to send. When send comes in, stuff something into the channel, comes into here, a little runtime. Maybe we should have that somewhere else. It's just so convenient there. Let's move that. We're gonna have to give it a couple of couple of things in there. Handle's going to be equal to that. Okay, now these other things, was it RX1? Yeah, RX1, EX2 have to be passed in. This does not need to be mutable anymore. This will own it. What's going on there? Let's look at the bigger error. Oh, RX1. That's not RX1 anymore. There we go. Now it needs to be mutable. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. That's better. Now we have our little init function. Spawns a loop. It saves what it needs. Looking good. Fix that in that other crate. All right. Now, depending on the channel data or the message, let's have some other function do this. Should this be on some other type? So we're going to have to hold some sort of TCP connection. Probably. This whole loop could be in that other type. I don't know if I like that though. I think I'd rather have a loop operating on a type than a type that has a loop. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So we're gonna have something, maybe a connection or I think I'm overthinking this. Let's keep it simple. Dead simple. In this case, we have message. I don't want to get out of the select. Missing match arm. Fill it in for me, please. No quick fix available for this. That is broken for me. Interesting. I don't remember seeing that before. Yeah, see, that's why we don't want to be in there. It freaks out. This one's off by one. There we go. So when we tell it to connect, oh, mismatched types. Why is it an option? Good. What was the payload called? Oh, send. They're kind of verbs, aren't they? So at this point, we need to tell something else to connect. We're going to need sort of socket or something defined in here. It would be nice if we couldn't get into these other states if there wasn't a connection. That's going to be a none. This is going to be to a Tokyo TCP connection. So Tokyo. Is it Tokyo IO? Oh, I don't remember. So white. Tokyo Net TCP stream. Okay, we'll add that to the cargo. Just did that. Tokyo Net TCP stream. Good. How do you do the guards here? Is it before or after? Spelled that wrong. Okay, no comma. Oh, that's great. That is great. I don't know if I like it though. This is really neat. I just love the guards on there. All right, so if connection is nothing, you can go ahead and set up a new TCP stream. Where's Tokyo? Tokyo. I think it's just connect on there. Is this a result of a TCP stream, etc.? Hey, Acton Dev. Yeah, it's very reminiscent to me of like Erlang and Elixir. I know that other languages can do this too. I don't remember them off the top of my head. Oh, and I've missed a couple here. So Xanax and BJ, thank you for the follow. Also, hi from Manu. Thank you for the follow. So in this case, we're going to have a connect to an address. Okay. Now, if the address fails to connect, what are we going to do? We need to give some response back. Wait. This is a little weird. Having a channel between something that you're saying, hey, go and connect to this. Oh, you're looking into the CT. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the destructuring is great. And then there's all sorts of neat destructuring, especially with the range syntax and capturing other local variables in the left-hand side. Because sometimes you want to destructure something but capture more than one piece. What was the at syntax? Yeah, they had some cool stuff in there. It was in one of their blog posts a couple of releases back. Hey, Jummit, how's it going? All right, so none. And in this case, what I'm thinking about right here is if we make the connection, what do we do if it fails? Do we send that back over the channel, the like return channel saying, I've got something for this. There it is. There we go. Just like throw our hands up, like, I don't know. We send an error response back, a little error message over the channel. Probably some crazy enum, error message, etc. I wonder if that is why this result here, saying this is a Tokyo IO error. So we could just have this be one of the types. Just pass that back. Hey, we got one of these. Oh, Exxon Dev. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. It's encouraging and helps buy me coffee, which I appreciate. We're gonna have to figure out the return type on this channel. We have two different types. In this case, we have these channels are sending messages back and forth, but I think the messages need to be some other type. They need to be split up. Because I think the incoming messages, sure, they can be of a certain type. But this duplex channel here, TX1 and 2, RX1 and 2, well, it's very encouraging, Acton Dev. I like just hanging out with you guys, you know? I say you guys as in like all y'all, you know? This is going to be client server. So the game server, which is in a tab a couple over somewhere, is IRC. Oh, I closed it, didn't I? This here, we're building not Rust, we're building Godot with a ton of stuff disabled. So we basically disable all the modules and we can get it down to about 10 megs or so deploy. I think it's going to be about, I want to keep it under 20. I think I was saying last time I want to keep it under 10. I would love to keep it under 10. Yeah, the game server is pure Rust, Tokyo, and got multiple layers of it. It's all been reworked, so it has proper back pressure. People won't be able to log in if the server is loaded, right? It'll just naturally have back pressure in it. It'll be really nice. So my wife is sending me texts. Sometimes she like comes in here and watches a stream. See, I don't see her in the list. Right. So because of that, I'm considering that these things not be full of type T here, but be where it's like a result. In one way, like when you're sending, you're never going to send an error across like from the client side. Let's see how that looks. It's going to make certain things easier and certain things harder, but I think it's going to make the hard things easier, what we want, and just the easy things slightly annoying. Oh, and we want, was it Tokyo IO? Yeah, Tokyo IO result. Do I need a feature? Oh, IO util. They've got everything like cordoned off in here. Eventually, I will have subscribed to all of the different features in here. Using WebSockets for your comms. The browser and web GPU stabilizes. Yeah, that's been a while though. I would love also to have set up WebSockets on top of my current sockets. I think that little shim there is actually not very difficult to do. So I didn't start with that, but I know that it's going to be possible. Yeah, there we go. We got that runtime. I mean, it seems like a solvable problem. What? Wrong number of type arguments. Expected one, found two. Oh, I didn't want to import that as that. I want to import it as IO result. There we go. That's better. So we can still return a result. Okay. Result import. Tokyo IO. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I meant do that as IO result. There we go. Okay. Good. That's better. Now we channel send. So when we send a message, we can actually just turn it into something. We say, okay, sending this. Because in one direction, this is the easy thing that's going to be slightly annoying. Map error. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we have to map this error. But either is it's an IO result. Is 0 dot unwrap then? Yeah. Okay, so what's going on here? When you call send on a channel, if the channel is closed, right, somebody dropped the other end of it, then the send fails. Now in this case, we have to return some sort of error saying, "Oh, here's your data back." Um, wonder if we could actually go back to M. I don't know how to describe that syntax. To say that, oh, we can do from as opposed to into. Go. There we go. Now they get their stuff out. But what I was saying is, if it's dropped, then you get your message back, or your data back. Now they're using a tuple type here for the error. So I just take the tuple type out. Then it's now a result though, because we're wrapping it in OK. Because we know it's an OK here, it's safe to unwrap. Then we just cast it back, or convert it back into the original type, which was whatever it was. We can enforce that they can go into and from, and so the opposite direction here. This is into, this is from, back out to the original type. If there's an error, we'll use the from. Interesting. That's the first time I've ever done the from message syntax. All right, what else did we break recently? So we have, oh yes, the types here are different in our spawn loops. These are now results. IO results. It also means down here it's going to be slightly different. Message in this case is always going to be okay. Down below. Non-exhaustive. Connect underscore not covered. Show that all possible cases are being handled solely by adding wildcards. No more match arms. Interesting. I thought this would have done it. Is it the guard? Well, yeah. For some reason, I didn't see the all the cases were covered with is some is none. That's fine. We can put that inside. So here we have the two different variants of connect, because we have to handle connect, and an option only has two states, if it's something or if it's nothing. That should handle all of it. Or we could do like a connect Toss one of those in there. Yeah, I think that's kind of the next step. I guess the other thing is that you could have an entirely different loop on that. No, that doesn't make sense. What I was thinking is, well, that might work. What I'm thinking is, have one here, and then have a variant of this with that being up here, so that we don't have those two cases in here. We're gonna have to throw for each one of those. Yeah, it's already getting deep. That's exactly why I'm trying to explore these other ways. I think just having a connection object is going to be the next step here. So we can move some of this. Even if it's like a unit type or something. Or not a unit, what do they call that? Blanking on that. New type. Connection. Or, let's see, we call it some sort of connection state. Uplink. Let's put that in its own file. Soon. Not yet. I guess it could be something else. We don't have to make it a TCP stream. It could be anything that's like async IO, async read and async write. If we did that, then we could use cursor and some other things for unit tests and whatnot as well. Are those part of Tokyo or standard? Yeah, it's just Tokyo IO async read. Okay. Interesting. Oh, T needs to be on the left. Oh, I put that on the wrong side. So you filter on the left side and you pass it on the right. All right, now in this case, we have uplink, async read, async write. Good. So here we can start to say, have functions like connect, disconnect, send, basically the actions here. Or we just say handle and say this is going to be a message. Is it really going to be a message? Yeah, that'll be a message. Because the channel has to know exactly the type of it. So it'll be a message. And with no response on that, we might have an IO result return value there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Then we can take all this, also up above. Okay. Hey, Jummit, I've actually stripped out the module that allows for GDScript in what I'm going to be shipping. So yeah, it's all going to be Rust now. Rust on the server, Rust on the client. Yeah, the whole thing. Turtles all the way down. Rust all the way down. I mean, even to the point of trying to get to know their code base a little bit better. Where was it? Like in here. Go to this. I've been trying to pick up little tasks over here. I've been doing some of these. Oh, not author. Assignee. No, there aren't assignees in here. We should like your pull requests. I know I made some pull requests here. Oh, author. I think it's just Halsey on GitHub. I'm going through, doing some little clippy cleanup stuff, which has actually been really interesting in these cases, getting their perspective. Like getting, was it some of the conversation bits? And this is one of the other ways that I like to learn a language and learn something. They do a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen before or really gotten close to. So I've been tossing things like this on there, and they say, you know, this one should not be added because guard is a trait of typed array access guards. So it's not useful. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't understand before, and it's nice to have them go through and explain things to me. Yep. So the conflict stuff like that, just little tiny changes. And I mean, I'm cleaning up Clippy stuff and learning bits about the project. A couple other things. I added OS X this, and this is just so that it'll kind of compile on OS 10. Their little test project. Yeah, it's great. It's great, and it's a really neat way to learn Rust. And if you're getting into Rust and new at Rust, finding these little projects like this that are above my pay grade. Like I'm not the Rust coder that like Toast Eater is on here and some of those other people that work on this. But you know, I come in, I've been trying to learn their system. It's been nice. And they've been very kind and welcoming. So I think finding little projects like that that you can kind of commit to and just grow up on, right? It's good. They explain things to you. Ah, I took too much out. Goes over here. When would we ever get none back from this? That's if the channel is shut down. So if we get none, it's going to return, maybe log and then return. Let's go ahead and warn and say net channel closed, shutting down. All right. This one's going to be unreachable. Should be unreachable because passing error in should not be possible. Comment that. A little bit more descriptive here. Should not. It is possible. It should not be done. All right. Now in this case, our connection, which is not this anymore, just going to create a new uplink. We'll have to create that constructor. That'll handle the message. Yeah. Oh, am I mismatched? Oh, we are. Okay, one too many of those. Pull that in. Good. Now we can have some other bits here. So instead of T, T could be it expects a comma. Oh. We could do it that way, or just have somebody pass in an async read and write. Why make us build that? Should we just establish the connection somewhere else and pass it in? Say, here you go. A loop. Take this. Now I know that I end up opening and closing the connections just before you log in. So I don't want like long-term connections on the server. The server is aggressively going to drop connections that aren't doing anything, aren't authenticated, etc. So you've got like 500 milliseconds to log in. So as soon as you fill out the login form, the button, it connects and sends the data. That connection could be established outside, or just connect and then data. Gotta think about that. What do you guys think? We pass it in? All right, let's clean this up a touch. That's good. No rules expected. The token right parenthesis or right curly bracket. All right, which one is it? That's fine. Oh. Oh, this is select. My goodness, that should have been on the receive. Okay, no. We're just going to take. All right. Oh, this is all wrong, isn't it now? How is it non-exhaustive? No. It, see, I'm treating this as a match, the select, and it doesn't work that way. I know it doesn't work that way. All right. So inside of here, we can do the match. Get one of those. They're going to be none. Going to be some. Formatting inside of templates is always just gross. Formatter doesn't know what to do. Okay, it's non-exhaustive. Almost there. There we go. Yep, and news not implemented there. Good. Okay, if we do have something that comes in, we'll just have uplink go and do it. And inside of here, we can start to dispatch out, do the connection, do this, do that. Well, these can be async, can't they? All right. We're going to handle the message. Let's keep focusing on connect. Self.connect, address. Oh, and we have to implement new. Function connect. IP adder, that's what it was. We want to match self.connection. None is the good case. We'll connect to that address and save the result. Now, that's something that we can await on. Let's go back. Tokyo. It is. Okay. Now, if this is already something, I'm just gonna scream loudly here. So Godot error. There we go. really don't like the option here. I would rather that be somewhere else. Oh, two socket adders is not implemented for IP adders. Hmm. We can restrict on this instead. Let's do socket adder instead. Methods are immutable and cannot be assigned to. Oh, connection. There we go. What is this one? It's saying that expecting an option to a TCP stream. Oh, I see. I have to wrap that into something. There we go. Now we return the unit type for our return or the error. Ah, there we go. Okay, now for disconnect. So that should get us connected, shouldn't it? We're going to connect, we're going to replace our state, and otherwise we're going to panic. Fine. All right. Hmm. If we disconnect, is that an async operation? I don't think it is. I think all we have to do is drop the connection handle. which should always just work. We could give some sort of error saying, like if we're not connected, what do we return? We should do something with that. Or maybe just panic. Huh. No, we're not going to do it that way. Because we have to take it. Oh, sorry. In the browser, while we're there, I'll look at option take. All right, so it might actually return a none. That's fine. We'll do it this way. What? So we'll take that, and then if it's nothing, we'll throw a fit about it. Or we turn it into an IO result. Ooh, that let's try that. I'm going to take the option. If it's something, fine. We'll map that something unit. Little toilet bowl operator thing. And then on option, we can do an OK or else. Yeah, where we get to provide the error. I think it takes an empty function, doesn't it? F and once. Yes, it does. So in this case, we're going to return some sort of IO error. What are the possibilities here? See, custom instances of error can be crafted with error messages in a particular value of error kind. Well, so we just create a new error, give it an error kind, and error. Yeah, pretty much just like that. Back to the code. There we go. Maybe something like that. IO error should be our type, or alias. Oh, I did IO result, didn't I? There we go. Tokyo IO error as IO error. We need another parenthesis. There we go. Now it formats. Got oh, I like those combinators. Learning those is taking me so long. but starting to warm up to it after like 6 months of learning Rust. Should really have flashcards. Drill it in. Okay, where to? Ah, yeah. Send. What is our data type? I don't remember. Actually, let's look at TCP. What does it want? We'll work backwards. So they have async write here. I'm trying to remember the trait for that. Oh, that's right, that's right. We had hold on, let's go to async read and write. Async write. Yes, async write ext. Perfect. Okay, we already have IO util. Good. But at this point, we should be able to say write or write all. Tell us what it wants. Okay, so just a slice of U8s. Nice. Back. I want it like that though. Tokyo, IO, error kind. That's not going to help me out there. Oh, they have a not connected. Oh, lovely. Error kind not connected. Let's pull that in. What if we had passed the data back? No, they have it because we're just borrowing it. Not connected. Would be connected when sending data. Okay. And if we have a connection, write all data. We'll await that. That needs to be async write standard IO. We'll pull that trait in. There we go. That's right. That's a string currently. The message is going to have to go across the channel, which means we're probably going to need to own it. So at this point, maybe we should use bytes. Or go add bytes. We'll have bytes. Oh, slice is private on data? What? So for bytes, structs, bytes, slice ref, is that what I want? Oh, that's not the same. You know what? This actually implements. Can I just borrow and then it'll automatically provide that? Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Got a lifetime in there. This needs to be of type error. Cannot move out of that, which is behind immutable reference. That for this here. Oh, not bad. Okay. Don't need that open. Let's close that. Nice. Got some warnings. That's expected. Oh, what's this one though? Link handle await. Need to await that. Ah, yes, and that must be used. So in this case, what are we going to do if there is an error? If let error equal to that. Well, in this case, perhaps send it back. Let's try it. So at this point, we should be able to say px.send error. Yes, and if we can't send Should probably shut down. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, now let's write that out. Godot error. Let's see, net would not send. That should be enough. I think the only reason that this could like that is if it was dropped or it's just not open. Okay. On result, I thought I had seen something before. We'll look at result. Centered IO result. And then calls this if the result is okay. Otherwise error value itself. Okay, that's not helpful. Not helpful. Still not using that. Yep. Okay. What about connect? All right. At that point, I need to know which address are we sending them to. The UI has a little toggle in it. So if we go to Godot game, now I have to find it. We run it. You'll see there's this little development toggle here at the bottom right. Hope that comes up. Am I lagged? Yeah, there we go. So depending on this, it's either going to be like localhost or some other host. We need to get that and look at that value. We want to return a socket adder here or something that can become a socket adder. Socket adder is fine. No quick fix available. Okay. I need owner, don't I? All right. So in this case, we're going to do. Oh, didn't I already do development in here? I guess not. Where's that? Development toggle. There we go. How did I fetch that? Oh, I didn't have to because I put this directly on that toggle, which worked out really great. I'm really happy with that pattern. All right. This is going to be owner dot get typed node, and we want a. Is it a toggle button? Actually, let's look at this one again. This should tell us up above. It's a base button. Now, what is the path to that? Let's check that. Back to Godot. This is the wrong editor. Huh, funny. Different project. Quit to project list. Yes. Other one. There it is. Okay. So here, if we go to file system, go to scenes, login. I think login. ESCN. No, it's welcome. There we go. Oh, this needs to be already determined because this was on the previous scene. We don't have access to that anymore. So we have to get it out of our local storage, like storage. Okay. Which means we should be able to get it over here. Something like this line here. Get or default, say. Why did I have two of those? Oh, I see. One's on 138, one's on 235. Ah, that's the exported one. That's right. In case I wanted to access that from script, which doesn't exist anymore. Interesting. The only reason I need to export these now is for signals. These just signals. It's not bad. Well, I'm gonna leave most of that. So I kind of want to get, but I don't want to. Oh, do we have one already? Perfect. And this will return a variant. What happens if this doesn't exist on a dictionary in Godot? Let's go look at the docs. Script, search help, dictionary. Let's see, methods, get. I see, so it'll return null if we don't include the default. We should be able to see if it has it and if it has it or not. Do something else. That should be an option to a variant. So if we have key, return this. Else, none. That doesn't exist? I thought it did. Strange, I see that in the documentation. Well, at least in the Godot docs. As, get, erase, etc. Oh, they have contains. There we go. All right, we got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Back to login. Get that. Now this is going to, where is storage? There we go. All right, so in this case, oh, where is that value? Storage file name, where's development? Hold on, I'm a little lost here. Oh, sorry, I'm not telling you to hold on, I'm telling myself to hold on. Yeah, in this case, this is the development toggle, which has that defined. Guess we could pull that in. Just to make sure they're consistent, or we say development toggle, give me this. Or we put that on local storage. Okay, now we have that. Getting close. All right. Now this should also return an option. And here we're returning a Boolean. Not needed that. Actually, given that's an option. what was it? Something or else, right? It was, okay, we're on result here. Go to option. Map or else. And this is the default one. So if we get the default, let production equal, I don't know. That needs to be somewhere else. That needs to get moved. Or we get the type. So if it is set, this is going to be is development. So if it is development, let's see, what are we going to do in this case? No, I wish bool had a map on it, or does bool have? Oh, you're in the browser, drat. We're just about to go to the browser. We have then some. Oh, that's experimental nightly only. Interesting. Those are neat. All right. Oh, come on, fingers. There we go. To as bool. I don't remember the type on that. Nope. There's the code we're writing. Shame on me. Trying to hurry. Okay, it is to bool. Just check the docs. What am I doing there? Can't put that there. A developer. Okay, then we have that and that. Looks good. Oh, and this one, yes, this one got changed. In fact, I think we should just delete all of these. I don't think it's actually useful to the other code because there is no more GD script. Stripping that out, we no longer even have that. Why did I do that? Oh, so we can change the class name, right? Well, no need. Okay. Good, get rid of that class. No need to register it. Okay, so far so good. Errors, just warnings. Give it a build. Oh, I forgot the ports. I forgot the ports. So it was this with development. Oh, and the port is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So clever. Okay, let's fix that. Same thing here. Hey, server runs. Okay. Let's make sure that built good. Got a Godot. Just gonna click on login. Now you can see it. If we go back, I toggled. Oh, my escape button's not working. Why doesn't that? Here, we'll start that over again. Wanted to show you the development button. Oh, if it's on, click login. Now we have our default login. We're gonna just hit the button. What happened? Bugger. Errors. Check standard error for output. Ooh, something panicked. Unfortunately, I don't have that one. I have to start Godot and something else. Okay, let's click Godot. You know what? It's going to be like that. Let's do this over here. Yeah, that's starting. I'll leave it in the terminal for a moment. Hey, Carter. Hey, take care. I hope all goes well with your new season in life. Oh, login 14. Oh, there was a parse error. Got it. Okay. But it doesn't like to parse that. It probably doesn't want to resolve that. Sure. 192.168.136.6. Sure. Just like the other one. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Run that again. Login pressed. Ooh. Red unnamed, panicked that there is no reactor running. Must be called from the context of a Tokyo runtime. Lovely. Okay. Nobody connected. Let's adjust this. I want to adjust this too. Does that help? No, it doesn't. I was hoping the editor would actually respond to that. Let's toss the backtrace on there. Oh, there we go. So we got handle, we got connect, and then it bailed. What did it say? There's no reactor running. That should have been inside of the reactor. Or was it knit, spawn loop? When it's going through this loop, runtime, block on. This is it. It's inside of here. It was not on this thread name. Why was it not on this thread name? So we actually set the thread name on purpose. We scroll up here. Thread unnamed, panicked. Huh. Well, fancy. Basic scheduler, block on, so it's inside of that. Let's ask the Oracle. Oh. Executing a reactor on different threads is suboptimal? What? 2 years ago, though. Whether it's NUMA-based or not, So I don't understand. Hardest thing to get an engineer to say. I don't know. I always want to make stuff up. They come out of school thinking if you don't know the answer, it's a bad thing. Okay, runtime. All right, let's check here. You can create one using newer builder. However, most users will use the Tokyo main. We're not doing that. There's Tokyo main. We don't want to do that. Basically creating a new runtime, and we're blocking on that. From within the context of the runtime, additional tasks are spawned using that, using Tokyo spawn. If RT core feature is enabled and RT threaded is not, runtime new will return a basic scheduler, runtime by default. All tasks will be created and executed on the current thread. That sounds perfect. We spawn a thread. Oh, maybe we should put the runtime in there. There's a runtime and then, ooh, how did that work? Let's give it a build, a run. Okay, optimize, good. Run it. Resolution doesn't do anything. Get rid of that. Also don't think low DPI does anything. Because that is still high DPI on my screen. Okay, I'm gonna hit the login button. Login pressed. Still nothing. Also unnamed. Huh. There's no reactor running. Must be called in the context Tokyo runtime. We have a basic scheduler. What's wrong here? Scheduler, build. Yeah, we're doing basic scheduler. Thread name. See, that's why you provide the thread name, so you can find these things. We should have runtime to block on. Okay, so far nothing has changed. I'm going to put this back outside so the error's out there. There's a successful value there. It should get moved to the other thread here. We tell the runtime we want to block on that and give it an async. And then the rest of this is all inside of that. All right, back here. Where's our runtime? Tokyo spawn. We block on. Yeah, this should be okay. Did I call something incorrectly? And let's trace it. Block on is here. Basic scheduler, block on, fine. Spawn loop. And that spawn loop's fine, isn't it? Oh, we are in spawn loop, that's what that is. Okay. So after spawn loop, new TCP stream, calling in connect. At that point, starts to panic. So our new, let's work backwards. Oops, wrong button. So it's saying that this here is not in the runtime. Can't be possible. Then handle. Handle is inside. All right, impressive. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with a smaller case and try to debug this out. Is it the thread? I don't want to block the main thread. Here, if I do this, oh, then the return time's bogus. All right, we just fake that. Put this here, same thread. There we go. Just so you can see what I'm doing. Go into Godot. Hit the little play button at the top right. Oh, it is. Seems kind of frozen to me. I can't click anything. That thing is taking over that thread. So I'm gonna go back to the code and kill it. All right, well, I'm gonna have to figure that out later. So we get ready to get raided. Oh, Raimu. Let's see, who shall we raid today? Oh, probably Raimu. He's doing some C++ stuff. It looks like he's in OneNote. All right, we're gonna raid Raymo. Seems like he might have just started. All right, y'all. Gotta get in. Coffee time. That's just bugging me. That panic. I have to figure out what's doing that. I wonder why it would do that. I don't know. All right. So until next time. Bye bye.